Gentlemen?
Spy is one of the most unique classes in Team Fortress 2. Actually, it's the most unique character among all other first-person shooters. Look at games like CS2 for example. There is no backstabbing in the game. Well, there is backstab technically, but CS is all about shooting. You choose a game mode to play, you spawn in, and you buy guns. Shoot enemies. The one thing I apparently can't do. Win, spawn back to rinse and repeat. Whether it be Rainbow Six Siege, where the first person shooting is just all about shooting with different gadgets available to counter and attack in many different ways. Caveira can be classified as being a stealth type operator, but the game style is not at all comparable to the Spy. Whether it be Apex Legends or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Wait, they have Modern Warfare 3 already? Every year, every COD, is that their new company motto? To cover more about the stealth mechanic, that's something the Spy only has, we have to talk about his own mechanic. In stealth games, for example, like the Hitman World of Assassin, the primary goal of the game is to not be spotted by NPCs or guards when you're trespassing areas.
Love the suit, classic, but this is restricted. Excuse me.
Oh sorry guys, I didn't mean to trespass. Today is my first day of work. I already lost Silent Assassin. Stealth games have a focus on looking out for details. For example, there's a document here talking about the antagonist where he was outweighing the pros and cons of unloading his dump right now into his pants, or does he take 3 steps down from where he was standing to his toilet, and then you go, haha, funny story. They want information to be found only by you not getting caught and slowly traversing inside deeper. Now in cases where the game is largely not a stealth game but has a specific area where it's stealth specific, we have idiots who stand in front of you with their back turned, indicating, look here guys, his entire back is turned while standing still. Maybe the game wants me to sneak up on him. Don't worry, I understand this area is a tutorial for the new backstab feature in Resident Evil 4, so I'm using it for demonstration purposes, but there are still certain parts in the game with the same enemies just facing their backs for you. There are probably games that are not as obvious when it comes to stealth because I haven't played many of the famous ones. But the general idea of what I got out of a stealth game is that either you must hide in some bushes like Hitman or Assassin's Creed, I mean they are haystacks but it's all the same hairy thing, they do the same thing, or somewhere up high like Batman, Dishonored. These types of games, or rather the gameplay runs by making you pick your target out one by one to avoid being seen, or you take on a disguise that allows you to infiltrate the enemy base. There's no acting involved, there's no trying to fool anyone with anything, because the game has already coded in. It's like a system that runs offline on how you get away with what the developers want you to get away with. Players wear disguise guard outfit number 1 means player can walk into this area without the guards having a stick up their ass. You don't even have to try to fool anyone because the mechanics of the game are already written. You could be standing still the whole time and it's perfectly normal for you to look at a wall like you're full on acoustic, but don't get it wrong. I'm not hating on stealth mechanics that are programmed into the game. They are written like this because that's how you make a stealth game enjoyable. The fun part is that it's not being realistic. I especially like infiltration games where you unlock more places as you slowly progress through the game. I start out on my own clothes where I'm trespassing most of the map, like I always do when I see a hot girl as my neighbor, and then I slowly upgrade myself into a gardener to infiltrate the surrounding area. I continue deeper into the map, which is about 10 steps in. I knock out and change into a blue cap emoji guard that allows me to explore the outside of the mansion, where I'm able to hear everyone talk loudly about information that will help me progress in the game. This happens in real life too because I'm experienced, trust me. I trespass a lot of Victoria's Secret stores and all I hear are girls whining how their buns aren't as big as a cannonball. Valuable information indeed. I then make my way and upgrade into a higher level guard. This is Big D energy when I'm able to access and explore almost all of the maps without the guards unloading 100 rounds at me. But this is where my problem kicks in. The fun part about the game is that it's not realistic, but at the same time, it's also a problem that I find the stealth and infiltration genre not doing the best it can. Now going back to why the Spy is so unique just in terms of FPS games, and how literally none of any other games currently on the market even has anything similar to a playstyle like the Spy. Your primary weapon isn't even a primary weapon you use to kill enemies with. With the Spy, you have a revolver which is what you use to shoot enemies with. Crazy concept, I know, it can be hard to swallow. At first I thought you used the revolver to play Russian roulette with yourself. The damage of the revolver is alright. With the damage that is outputting per shot, you recognize that the gun is more of a weapon that you use to take out enemies that are close to dying rather than a weapon that is used to primarily kill them with full HP. Unless of course you got a random crit, in which case, go fuck yourself. Now of course, what weapon you use to mainly kill with does not really define the character in that way. For example, the Pyro. The Pyro back then had such a stupid OP meta that every good Pyro was using. I call it the one pump wonder. Basically, you use the degreaser, one path of fire to your enemy, quickly switch to the flare gun and then shoot your flare gun followed up by extinguisher X heat. The spy itself just could not be replicated in any other FPS games. Take a look at Overwatch, which is a game that's inspired by Team Fortress 2. We have the Scout over here, who is comparable in some way to Tracer, or you could say Soldier 76 is similar in playstyle. Now we have Soldier and Pharah, Pyro and Mace, Dasani water bottle looking ass, Demoman and Junkrat, Heavy and Mango, Engineer and Torpedo. My dick is my dick, man. My dick, you just heal. What else do you want them to do? Now we have the last two, Sniper and Spider. And now, last but not least, Spy and Rip. Nope, not even close, yo. You think just because the Reaper can disappear like your dad, somehow he's close to the Spy? This is not invincibility. This is invulnerability, and the playstyle of the Reaper still involves a gun, not sneaking around with a disguise and a knife. No other first-person shooter can be compared to Team Fortress 2, even more so for any games to add a character like the Spy, who has a disguise kit that allows him to infiltrate the enemy base and a $5 looking Casio watch that makes him invincible. With everything that's said, I'm hoping there's a game in the future with the implementation of someone like the Spy. The fun part of the disguise and learning the skills of acting properly to fool the enemy team. The long experience of learning how to properly do all the trick steps and not fumble them like an acoustic mofo. Everything about what makes a Spy is so satisfying to play. Now that's the end of this video. I'm gonna stick a kunai up my PP hole. Thank you for watching.